Okay. So if you've got any noise going on in the background, if you could just mute yourself, otherwise I have to mute everybody. Wait, I'll mute everybody anyway, and then you can just unmute yourself.
Yes, I can't do it on my phone, so thanks.
No problem. That's all right. If you want to talk, then just unmute yourself.
Oh.
Okay. Terrific. So welcome everybody to tonight's training. So we're excited to show you loads of great stuff. Emily's going to be showing a few things, and Rebecca's going to be showing a few things, and I'm going to kick it all off. So, but first of all, we just want to do a little bit of recognition. So we just want to congratulate the one person that got to Elite last month in the whole of our team, which was Karina Rathbone. Congratulations, Karina, well done. Well done. In January, moving up a rank is, most people move down a rank, but going up one is a real good achievement. So well done, Karina.
Thank you.
And we'd also, oh, you're there, Karina. Brilliant. So
I'm here.
Oh, terrific. Well done, Karina. And then we'd just like to recognise our top enrollers for last month. So well done to Adele, who got 12 enrolments last month. Superstar as always. Gus got 8 enrolments last month. So well done to you, Gus. Well done for your hard work. And then Ava, Sarah Barber and Arabella all did 7 enrolments last month. So well done. January is a tough month because everyone's been doing, just got back from Christmas and stuff. So but well done. Congratulations to everybody. And thank you for all of your hard work. So just want to recognise you for the effort that you're all putting in. And everybody that got enrolments last month, well done to you. And there were people that went, from made executive last month. There were several people, so well done to you to get into executive last month as well. We have a few announcements to announce. So just write these down. We have on March the 11th, Louise Wade is doing a product day in Birmingham. She's posted it on the UK Rising Tide Facebook group, and if anyone needs any details on that, we can post on our groups later on. I think they're all over the Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Go on, Rich.
Sorry, Nick, I was just going to make sure it's going to be product training in the morning and then business training in the afternoon. So. Okay,
wonderful. So if you want to support that, Louise has opened that up very generously to everybody. Okay. So thanks, Louise, for that. And last one was a really a great event. So well worth attending. We've also got some exciting news that the Patrick and Elise Chedevive are who are upline. So they've actually moved from America to the Czech Republic, to Prague, and they're helping to build their team out there. They're the first and only triple presidential diamonds in doTERRA currently, and so they've got the biggest team, and we're on their team as one of their legs somewhere on their team, and they're running an elite retreat in Prague from the 27th to the 29th of March. So that's full-on business training for 2 days. It costs €75, which is nothing, and just your flight out there. It's well worth it. We'll be posting more details about it soon, where you can book onto Eventbrite. But if you'd like to get a bit more business training, a bit of an intensive course, then this is definitely something that could be right up your street. Excuse me.
I just like to emphasise that just have some breathe, baby. Put some breathe on.
I'm nervous.
That the accommodation is included in that price as well, so you don't have to pay for accommodation. They happen to own a hotel in Prague, which is handy.
Well, they don't happen to. They bought it with their doTERRA money. But so food and accommodation is completely paid for with that €75. doTERRA also running April spring tours, so that's to be ascertained as to when the dates are, but they're running it on like spring cleaning in the home, and a bit like the chemical free webinar that my mum did, Rebecca did a couple of weeks ago. Well, you take over a sec, Bex. I'm just going to get a drink.
Yeah, get an out for that. Yes, these spring tours, we don't have the exact dates for them yet, or the locations, but it's just under discussion with the European leaders and corporate. So we're proposing one, at least one in London and one in the Midlands and probably one up north as well. So there'll be 3 separate days and there'll be about 2 hours, and so there'll be more details about this to follow. Convention, you've probably all heard the European Convention has completely sold out, which has taken everyone by surprise at how quickly it sold out. We did expect it to sell out, but perhaps not so quickly, so that's really exciting. It kind of shows how the growth in Europe is really growing at the moment. Now, at the end of February, if you haven't booked your hotel, then the cheap deal for the hotel is actually ending at the end of February. So do book that before you miss out on that. The other thing is, I finally embraced Facebook. It's taken me about 10 years, but I'm finally embracing it, and I have created my first ever group. So for those of you that were able to come to the Essential Girls Day, I just wanted to create this group so that we could all kind of keep in touch on that. So if you haven't, and the reason why I'm mentioning it is actually because what I intend to do with the group, what we thought is it could just be somewhere where we can announce all the events, and we'll also announce our business trainings, so we'll put them up a bit sooner than the day of, so you'll have more notice, and any events we'll be putting on that group, and also recognition as well. So if you're not already a member of that group, then please email us so that we can add you to that group. So it's just going to be where we put our notices.
Yes, thanks, Bex. And then the last, you did convention, didn't you, already?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's the last announcement. A couple of questions here is, do we know if there's any extra tickets that will be released at all? There are no tickets to convention to actually watch it live. There are possibly going to be released tickets for the overflow, which will be cheaper, but I have heard rumours that even that's oversubscribed and there's a waiting list for that, so the likelihood is not this year. There
will be corporate will be holding, with the help of the leaders in Europe as well, we'll be holding post-convention tours of the European Convention that will be held in June. So that's the best really that we can offer, that will give a summary of what happened at convention, and dates will come soon for that.
And next year they're looking for venues for 5,000 plus. But next year that's going to sell out rapidly too. So we've got to try and get everyone booking as soon as possible, really.
Nathan, do you want me to just? I've got some figures of attendees over the last couple of years.
Do that bit now.
So in 2014, there were 300 attendees at the European Convention. And then in 2015, there were 600. And then last year, 800. Obviously, this year it's going to be 2,000. So it's really exciting to see how quickly it is growing. And next year it's going to be over double, hopefully. So even though it is sold out, it's really good to see how quickly it's moving and growing.
Yeah, it's selling out. It's actually, even though it's a bit of a bummer because there are some people that we'd love to come, selling out is actually a really great thing, because it means that for the next couple of years, people are going to be purchasing the tickets very, very quickly, which means it's only going to sell out quicker. But that shows that growth in doTERRA in Europe's terrific. So thanks, Ems, for that. I just wanted to just quickly mention about Diamond Club. This is the 5th Diamond Club that has happened in Europe. It's the biggest one by far. At the moment, it's been running for February at the moment, and it's the best Diamond Club that they've had so far in terms of enrolments for what's been going on so far. So we've had 670 enrolments so far throughout Europe, and the UK has got 12 of those people on it, and it's the biggest market, so it's got the most people doing Diamond Club in Europe, and we've got 5 people on our team doing Diamond Club. So, and most of you are doing classes and helping with your uplines to do Diamond Club. So thank you everybody for helping to make Diamond Club such a success. And you know, we've still got 2.5 months left of Diamond Club, so let's keep going with it. It's been really successful and going really well. So thank you for all of your support with that. And if any of you in the future would like to do Diamond Club, there will be the next Diamond Club we'll be running is I think in October this year. So they'll be running one around that time. So but we'll give you more notice when they come out with the exact dates. So there's a few things that we wanted to talk to you about. That so I don't know if many of you know, but some the Diamonds were able to go to a leadership meeting with the European corporate leaders, and we got told lots of information which we're going to share with you tonight. So some really exciting changes for the growth of doTERRA in the UK and in Europe. So I'm just going to chat with you. So here's just a few little snippets that they shared with us. What I will be recording this, but what would be great is if you only shared it with your builders and it doesn't go viral around other teams and things like that, because some of this information is very sensitive and we don't want it being shared with everybody, the whole world. Okay? So please just keep it to you as for your privacy. Oh, somebody's drawing nicely on my screen. Is that you, Bex? What happened there? Who is drawing on my screen? Did I do that? I haven't quite worked out what I just done. Anyway, sorry.
I think anyone can do that, Nathan. I've just looked. I could draw on it if I wanted to, so someone else must have done it.
Oh, someone's messing around, aren't they? Who's playing games with me? I'm gonna clear you off. That's just really cheap. I bet that's Phil. Phil, stop it. Wait. Sorry. Okay, so one of the great things that in 2013 there were only 109 elites. In 2016 there were 1,135 elites. In 2013 there were 35 premiers. In 2016 there was now 292. And then go on and it's growing and growing like that. And so what their goal is to have, Rebecca's going to talk a bit about this, but their goal is to have an account manager for every 60 to 70, no, it's every 50, sorry, every 40, 50 silvers and above, okay? So that means that when you hit silver and above, you get your own dedicated personal account manager, which really, really helps, okay, for loads of reasons. That's what they were telling us about there, and they're getting more and more account managers. The growth in Europe leadership as a whole, so that's a very similar slide. And that's just showing it to you in a graphical form, how the steady growth that's happening. Well, I say steady, it's actually very rapid growth. They also showed us the numbers, so that the retention rate is 71% in 2016 globally, but Europe is 77%. So actually we have a bigger retention pool than that. And this is, I asked the question, this is a yearly figure. So it's not done quarterly or anything like that. So it's done yearly, okay? And this shows you the sales volume in November per country. And please don't share this slide with anybody. This is very sensitive. So it's just showing you that the UK is the biggest market in Europe. It's 9,000 distributors. In November, there was 691 enrolled. And they've got 643,000 PV in volume. We did. So everyone in Europe, not us. In the UK, sorry. If any of you know what a 90-day move is, probably a lot of you don't know what a 90-day move is, so don't worry yourself about it because it's coming to an end. In March it ends, and there will be another system in place to do a similar thing, but unfortunately the 90-day move is ended. Okay. If anyone's got any questions about that, if you know about it, then just chat to us later. But if you don't know about it, don't worry about it because it's ending. All right. And the new system that's coming in, we will train you all on and talk to you about when it starts to come in. All right. Some great, just some good facts that in Utah, out of the top 25, obviously doTERRA comes from Utah, and a lot of MLM multi-level marketing companies are in Utah. So they're actually second in the whole of Utah for network marketing, the top company. One of the magazines, the Verified Markets, said that doTERRA is singularly responsible for the rapid category growth of essential oils, the aromatherapy and essential oil market. They say that the global market is valued at 7.5 billion and looking to grow massively, and it has grown massively, and that doTERRA is the singularly responsible for that. So that's a nice article to read, give confidence. They also shared with us about Young Living. Now, the stuff that I'm going to share with you about Young Living tonight is not for you to bash people with about Young Living or to talk badly about Young Living. It's simply for your knowledge so that you can be armed with the confidence to know if you ever hear anybody say, bad things about doTERRA from Young Living or whatever, you can know the answers in your mind if you don't share it with them, okay? Because we don't want you to be talking badly about Young Living at all. But we want to share with you some of the findings from Young Living, because Young Living, lots of you will know that Young Living filed a lawsuit against doTERRA because a lot of the executives, founding executives, came from Young Living, and so Kirk Jowers, who was one of their newest lawyers, who's a very well-respected man in America, works for doTERRA now and is actually the head of Europe for all of us. He shared with us this presentation and just why Young Living would file a lawsuit against us and against doTERRA, and just wanted to explain some of the findings from that. So one of the things to realise is that with doTERRA, they've had, since they started, 7 founding executives, and it's never changed. Okay, with Young Living, since they've been going, it's changed rapidly and changes on a monthly basis. Okay, which shows you the flux from the owner. This is the Young Living lawsuit timeline. It shows you here that in 2012, Young Living filed the lawsuit. Then the court dismisses Young Living's claims. The court throws out additional claims. Then the court further limits Young Living's case and claims. And now they're just working on the last bit of claim, and then they're going to throw that out as well. The likelihood is they will throw that out as well. So the whole lawsuit is going to be dropped. Okay. And there's a few things just to share about that. So one of the things is that the lawsuit says that doTERRA wrongfully recruited 171 employees. The fact is that doTERRA was rightfully formed by former Young Living employees and others. doTERRA is winning in the court. So this is some of the facts written by the judge. The case against doTERRA is being dismissed piece by piece as the court determined Young Living had insufficient facts. This is the quote: Young Living has offered no innocent explanation for how this would have occurred, likely because there is none. Okay, so why there's inefficient, why their facts, the facts that they're saying, they don't have any evidence to support. Young Living said that they stole doTERRA stole their formulas. The court dismissed all allegations that doTERRA or any of its founders took Young Living's formulas. Young Living never identified a single piece of evidence to support its allegation. doTERRA and its founders, so this is a key piece of evidence that Young Living say that doTERRA and its founders hid a business plan from Young Living. The court said Young Living substantially interfered with the judicial process. Young Living had the business plan in its possession since 2007. In fact, contrary to Young Living's allegation, Young Living downloaded the business plan at least 12 times in 2007. Now, a lot of these things mean nothing to a lot of you, but it might mean something to some of you, okay? So we share it just because it's knowledge that we've been given, and we want to arm you with, you know, confidence that when you find things online about, you know, scary things that Young Living suing doTERRA, when you know these kind of things, it's not actually a scary thing at all. And then the judge also said the information now revealed to this court suggests that the story surrounding the discovery of the business plan, which began in a humble box in the far-flung corridor of Ecuador, is akin to a fisherman's tale about catching not only a big fish, but the Loch Ness monster. Now, judges don't usually say anything like that. They're basically saying that the Young Living are telling a massive whopper. Okay. So the other thing is that doTERRA distributors stole confidential information. The fact is Young Living failed to demonstrate through affidavit or otherwise that weeds or other contaminants in its oils are something which it keeps confidential. And then the last thing is that this is what the judge said. I have determined that Young Living intentionally concealed, destroyed, and this letter can actually be found on the internet as well. doTERRA have released it. They said, I've determined that Young Living intentionally concealed, destroyed, altered, or failed to preserve 2 computers which were released by the individual defendants to be received pending trial. All forensic data from these computers was also intentionally concealed or destroyed by Young Living. You may assume that the evidence would have been unfavourable to Young Living. Okay, so now Young Living is a good company. We're not disputing that at all, and a lot of the origins of doTERRA come from Young Living, and so there's a lot to be thankful for Young Living for, and they've got great oils. Okay, but we just share this with you because doTERRA is a fantastic company and hasn't done anything untoward. Okay, contrary to what other people have said. So that's why we share it, for that purpose, that you can have confidence in doTERRA's integrity, because people are trying to slate their integrity, and that's not facts. Okay, so that's why we share it with you. Does anyone have any questions on that at all? Somebody's asked, why doTERRA MLM companies? Just intrigued. Well, doTERRA is actually in Utah, so that's the main reason, and there's a lot of MLM companies that come out of Utah for some reason. So a lot of the big ones are in Utah, so it's kind of, that's why they did it in Utah. It's an easy geographical area, and it was a nice article that showed, a great thing about doTERRA, because it showed them against lots of other big multi-level marketing companies. That's why. Okay, over to you, Bex.
Okay, thanks, Nathan. So something else that was explained to us in Austria was this new way that Europe was going to be managed. So up till now, there's been Murray and Jürgen, who have pretty much been kind of over the whole of Europe. But as Europe's growing, they're realising that they're not able to cover as much area, and they need to have more leaders, basically. So what they've decided is they've kind of split Europe into 2. So as you can see on this map, the purple is one side and the lovely bright blue is the other side. And we're going to have 2 general managers now, and one general manager is going to be in charge of all the purple, and another general manager in charge of all the blue area. So we are going to have, she's just been employed, we've just been told. Her name is Lisa Burke, and she is going to be the new general manager for our area and France and Spain and Italy. And she sounds very exciting. We haven't met her at all, but she has basically had a lot of years in multi-level marketing. So at the age of 23, and she's now in her 50s, early 50s, she was an IPC for another network company. So she did all that. She was also the CEO in Cleanies. You've probably heard of Cleanies. It's a very big cleaning company. and she was a CEO, so she's got lots of business experience. She also started an aromatherapy company that ran for 17 years. I don't have the name of it here, but we can find out. Kirk did mention it, but I didn't write it down. So that I'm really excited about. So not only does she have business...
The essential oil the company doesn't exist anymore.
No, it doesn't, no. But do you remember what it was called?
No, I don't remember actually.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, so she doesn't only have business experience, but she also has a lot of essential oil knowledge, which I think will be great and really wonderful. And they've really urged us to kind of use her in terms of events. So we're going to be inviting her certainly to the bigger events that we run, but we can, call on her. She's there to support us. So that's really great. And she's going to be based in Huntingdon for most of the year, but she also has a house in Spain as well. So that helps, covering the rest of Europe. So she'll be kind of between England and Spain. So that's our general manager. And then the other general manager is called Bent Emanuelson, and he's German speaking. So that's great because there's a lot of German speaking countries, even out of Germany as well. So that's really good. So that's quite exciting. And also Nathan mentioned the fact that we're going to be getting more account managers as well. So basically when you get to the rank of silver, you get your own account manager who helps to look at your account, is kind of there for you and whenever you need them. So that's really a lot of good help. But at the moment, there's 5 account managers over the whole of Europe, and there's soon going to be 2 more, and then there'll be another one as well, so there'll be 8. So that will make a big difference. And as Nathan mentioned, their aim is to have 1 account manager for 40 to 50 silvers and above. So that's all good and exciting. Okay, that's it on that slide.
I'm going to give you remote control permissions so that you can move it
Okay.
along. Okay, I've just given you permission, so try you need to click on it once or twice and then move it along.
Okay. Oops. So yeah, so this is a slide here just to show the account managers where they're going to be in control and who's in charge of what area. So Sally is our account manager in Great Britain. And those of you who have had contact with Sally will know she's wonderful. And those who haven't yet, you will enjoy having Sally as an account manager and help. So that's that. And there's a picture of Sally in the top right-hand corner there. So just showing some account managers really. Okay, and then Emily, this is you talking about the...
Oh no, I gave it to you first, Bex. I was just going to get you to mention that and then Em's going to talk about the rest.
Oh, okay. So you can just see here, it's just a quick graph just to show you the amount of people in Europe who are wellness advocates and the language that is the most common languages. So as you can see, German and English are the most widely spoken languages in the doTERRA wellness advocate world, which leads us on. Emily's going to talk about the labelling in a little bit, and it explains why it's in German and English. So just quickly, I'm just going to give you the year in review because this was just very interesting. So first of all, just to let you know, doTERRA is in very good hands. It's a relatively new company, as most of you are probably aware, that it's only been around for 9 years, and it's grown rapidly to now be the largest essential oil company in the world. It's had really rapid growth, and I'm going to explain this literally. Basically, doTERRA has gone from 0 into 52 countries in just 7 years. So from nothing to 52 countries in 7 years. Now, other companies, other network marketing companies, that are similar, have gone from 0 to 14 countries in the space of 40 years. So just to show you really a comparison of how quickly doTERRA is growing and across the world. And because of that, we're having sometimes a few teething problems, and Emily will discuss that as well. But you can understand perhaps why that is the case, because it's such a rapid growth, which is very, very exciting. And we, as at the very kind of beginning of this rapid growth, it's very exciting for us because the possibilities and opportunities are incredible. But also sometimes, as kind of the first people in doTERRA, we are pioneers as well. So sometimes we have those teething problems, which Emily will cover in a second. So anyway,
I just wanted to add something to that just quickly.
Yes, please do.
I think it's really important to understand that doTERRA decided that anybody could sell into any country without doTERRA actually having a physical presence there, or have decided to actually go into that, which is why they're in 52 countries. But it means that some countries are behind on resources and things like that, which Emily's going to touch on. But so the way to look at it is, if you're looking to go into a country that doesn't have doTERRA yet, it can be really frustrating. For instance, there's lots of German countries at the moment in Europe that don't have any literature, or very minimal literature in German, and it's very, very frustrating for them because doTERRA weren't ready to go into those countries when they were there, but they allowed them to still sell the products there. So it's much better that we're allowed to sell the products into these countries. Otherwise, doTERRA would just say, look, like other multi-level marketing companies have done, you can't sell at all there. Okay, so until we're ready to go into that country. So it's much better that we can go there, but in a lot of countries, doTERRA still have teething problems and are working to get those done. In the UK, for instance, it's much better because obviously it's most of it's already translated absolutely fine. Some of it needs tweaking, don't get the American all the time. But Emily's going to cover that a little bit, so that's all I wanted to say.
Emily's taking notes of what she's covered.
A lot. Am I? Okay.
We'll leave Emily. We're gonna go to bed. You're going to just leave Emily for another hour.
We just need to work on this a bit more.
So it's increasing a lot, and it's very exciting. And our nearest competitor that Nathan kind of covered is Young Living, and they've been around for almost 30 years now. And doTERRA, so doTERRA are going to be around for a long time. So rest assured, doTERRA have plans to be around for our lifetime and beyond. So they're always planning for the future and putting things in place to enable that growth and stability as well. And also, of course, we don't run out of oils, so that will never happen either. They're always planning for that. But else.
doTERRA is much bigger than Young Living, though.
Yeah, it is much bigger than Young Living. So last year then, so from 2015 to 2016, the volume increased by 74%. So the volume of oils that was purchased. And enrollments increased by 80%. Now in 2016, there was a 30 million total revenue, just interesting fact. And this year they're predicting a 90% growth. So they're predicting there'll be a 56 million revenue this year. So there really is, and we're going to see even increased growth after that. So it's going to pretty much almost double this year, and then onwards and upwards. So that's exciting to be part of that. So is there anything else I'm covering? Oh yeah, so December was Europe's first $4 million month as well, which is quite cool. And that's my part, I think. So I'm going to pass over to Nathan to do this last little bit about Diamond Club, if you haven't.
Oh, I was just writing a comment to somebody.
Okay. Did you discuss Diamond Club when I was getting Sophia Baby?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Okay. So then over to Emily.
Lovely, thank you. Just look at my notes. So basically I was just going to quickly talk about, first of all, the bottles and the labels that Rebecca spoke about. So some of us have noticed these strange new labels with languages on that we don't recognise. And I've just had a look at one today. I've got a rosemary oil here, and it's in English and German. And that's because, as Rebecca said, that's the most widely used language in Europe at the moment within doTERRA. But in the future, we will be seeing other languages as well. So on here, it's a combination of English and German, and you can actually peel back the label, and underneath it, you'll see ingredients and also some caution. It doesn't really have the supplement guide on like it used to, but it's exactly the same thing within the bottles. So you can use them in exactly the same way. Obviously, also, Digest Zen has now changed names. It's going to be called Zengest, which we didn't know about, which was a little bit annoying. And it was quite nice at the leadership summit last week, because it was nice to hear some of the other leaders kind of displaying their annoyance about some things that, you know, we felt that we hadn't been informed about. And it was nice to hear the leaders kind of take note of that and almost apologise, which is nice. It's nice that they're really kind of listening. And they did say, you know, we definitely need to communicate better, but bear with us, you know, and we're trying our best. And as Rebecca said, it's because things are growing so quickly, and they've got so many things to deal with at once. But yeah, it's nice to kind of get our voices heard and hear that other leaders have the same issues as us. Actually, on that note, it was really nice sort of in the evenings after we'd done all of our trainings, talking to some of the other Diamond leaders and learning about their highs but also their lows. And it was just really refreshing to hear that, you know, everybody is the same and it's not all smooth sailing. You know, we do have blocks and we do have hurdles to overcome, and high points and low points. And it was just quite nice and, as I say, refreshing to hear that and to know that it's not just us, and talk about, you know, ways that people deal with different things and how they've come through it. And, you know, so that was, you know, really encouraging. And it just, it just felt very nice to be part of that. And so, you know, what we want to say is that, you know, if you are having, a bad day, keep going. They say don't quit on a bad day. But if you are having a bad day, speak to your team about it. Speak to your upline about it, because chances are they've been through something similar themselves, and they'll be able to help you work out whatever it is you need to do. And hopefully you have many more good days than bad days. But that was really nice talking to everyone last week.
Can I add something about the labels, Em? Is that all right?
Yeah.
So I was just going to add about the labels that it says on most of them food flavouring, and so they've changed it because of the EU regulations. So they've changed it from the supplements that they had in the US to food flavouring. So obviously that's kind of the same thing. It means that they can be taken internally with what it says on most of them. So that's just the same for a lot of you to, you know, might be asking that question.
And yes, the other thing that I wanted to add about that is that Dr. Hill is going to be doing some videos on the labelling, which is great. And he's going to be doing some talking about, you know, the usage and the safety of the oils as well, which is another thing that we requested whilst we were there the other week, about, you know, a bit more guidance in that area. So that's something to look forward to. It's something they're working on. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you've got any more slides. Have you got any of the slides of the Lesbos?
No, we didn't put them in, sorry.
Okay, so we spoke a bit about the Healing Hands work that's going on within Europe. And some of you may have heard about the work that we've been doing in Lesbos. And one of the doTERRA Diamonds, it's a couple actually, William Paul and Lusana, they're from the Netherlands. They had this idea that they wanted to go and help the refugees. I think 90,000 refugees had fled into Lesbos in Greece. And there's, you know, a lot of issues there. But one of the things that was happening was that a lot of them had NIPS, and obviously the emotional turmoil and things that they're going through as well. and what doTERRA and, you know, headed by William Paul and Usana did is they went over there and they built this amazing community centre, which was a place for them to go to be together, and it was supposed to be a happy place. And they also managed to get lots of donations of essential oils, so lots and lots of wild oranges to uplift the mood within the camp, bottles of Balance, and other oils like Melaleuca, which would help with sort of the nits and the the sanitization and things like that. And so they showed us some really nice pictures of the trip and of the work that they've been doing and how happy these people are. And so that was really nice. You know, I love the Healing Hands work that doTERRA does, because obviously the rose hand cream, 100% profits from that go to the Healing Hands organisation. And within Europe, what's ever sold in Europe, that goes to the European Healing Hands Foundation. So it's nice to know that our money that we're spending is being used for something kind of a bit closer to home. And it's also, money is also raised from donations as well as the Healing Hands rose hand cream. And also what's quite exciting is that, you know, doTERRA, the heads of Europe, they'll listen to us. So if we have ideas of something that we might like to do in the future, maybe in the UK, because I really want to do something like that, I know Rebecca does too, they may well, you know, support us in doing that. So generally how it works is they would support an organisation that's already existing and up and running, and it has to be, you know, an organisation that's very integral and, you know, has good ethics that doTERRA kind of agree with. But if anybody does know of an organisation like that, then let us know, because you never know, we might be able to work something out in the future and do some amazing Healing Hands work over here. And wouldn't that be amazing to be part of that? So yeah. And then the last thing I was going to just touch on, I know Nathan has spoken already about convention, but this year I know lots of us are going. We've got Emily Wright, and she is just, you know, the heart of doTERRA, and she's the woman that keeps all the men in check. And also we're going to be lucky enough to be learning a lot about the research and development behind the products, and a lot of scientific research when it comes to the products as well. So it is really, really exciting. We requested a party. I don't know if that's going to definitely happen, but they were listening, so that would be nice on the Thursday night, I think. So yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about convention. I'm really excited about everything that the year holds, all of these exciting things coming up. So bring it on. And that's me.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Emily. So tonight's training was very factual. So just kind of really, we just wanted to share all the information that we had learned from Austria, just to kind of summarize it so that you guys knew what was going on as well, and all the plans of doTERRA for Europe. And I came away really feeling just extremely inspired, and again just confirmed to me just what an amazing company doTERRA is, and how it's just quite exciting, quite an honour to be a part of it from the very beginning, and what an opportunity it is that we really are at the very beginning stages in Europe, definitely, and it is exploding, as we can see with the European attendance. And just the way the figures are just growing really very rapidly. They're doubling now each year. And that's exciting. And we're part of that. We're a huge part of that. And UK is the biggest in Europe. So we really are a massive part of that. So everything you're doing, every time you're sharing an oil, is making a big difference. In Europe, in the growth of Europe. So thank you. And thanks for joining us tonight. I'm really sorry that we just reminded you today. We're going to post the events on our Central Girls Day, so you'll get the notice for the next one a lot sooner. In fact, we'll tell you right now that the next training, the team training, is on Thursday the 16th of March. So it's always the third Thursday of every month. And generally what we'll do, tonight we had to fit a lot of information in, so we didn't really do this, but we'll have someone share an oil experience and a business experience at the beginning as well. And we'll have different topics covered. So if you do have a topic that you really want to be covered, please email us as well, and we'll take that into consideration. But I know you're having your personal trainings as well with your uplines. But yeah, we want to also do the things that you really want us to cover. So thank you very much, and well done for doing such an amazing January, because January is the hardest month of the year and February is the second hardest. So we're almost through that month and it's going really well. So you're all doing brilliantly. So keep going.
Yes, can I just quickly add, Rochelle just messaged me, and I think this is a good point about the labelling as well, just going back to the labelling, is that when you peel back the label here, you can look up the Latin name of the essential oil as well. So this is rosemary, and it says underneath it's Rosmarinus officinalis. That's the Latin name, which is quite important in obviously aromatherapy. So I've just added that in as well. Thanks, Rochelle.
Thanks, Rochelle. Yeah, brilliant. Do you have any more questions? Just going to quickly answer any more questions. No, that's it, isn't it? Okay, cool. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We'll let you guys go and have a nice chilling evening. Stop working so late. Go and chill. All right. Thanks, guys. Lovely to see you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.